Essendon has reaffirmed just who is the boss. The panel will have their say in just a moment. But coming up on the show, Sam and Mike get the good oil from Diesel.
And does David Rhys-Jones spring to mind? Did you have a tete-a-tete with him?
Yeah, we did. Definitely had a long-going saga, we did.
You mates, you and Rhys?
Who do you think the worst team in the competition is at the moment?
Fremantle. Fremantle. Fremantle.
Who do you barrack for and why?
I barrack for the Tigers. I used to barrack for Collingwood, but...
Why did you change?
Because, they got really messed up.
There they are, the Auskick stars of tomorrow from the North Fitzroy Carlton Auskick Centre. Next week we'll be out to the Oakley Auskick Centre, and there is a big Auskick today, a super Auskick at Currumborough. I think over 1,000 kids, and a few of the Essendon superstars are down there as well. Now, Greg Williams was inducted, or regarded as one of the quiet men of footy, allowing his actions to do the talking. He was inducted this week into the AFL's Hall of Fame. Williams is now talking to Sam Newman and Mike Sheahan on the Sunday Roast.
Pleasure to have you with us, Greg. You were a bit emotional on Monday night, weren't you?
I was, Mick, yes. The Hall of Fame dinner, yes. It was a big night for me and had a bit too much to say, but...
Now, look, it was a very entertaining speech, I've got to say that. I don't know whether you knew that it was for public consumption or not, but it was Greg Williams that we've rarely seen.
No, I knew it. I didn't think it was. I thought it was an in-house thing, but I've heard it's been played on the TV and on radio, but never mind.
Now, you mentioned several times during your speech that people didn't realise how hard it was to play your first game. What was the significance of that?
Well, as I tried to explain the other night, that it was very hard for me to get a game with a VFL club then, and as you know, I got the flick from Carlton a few times. I did about 5 pre-seasons before I eventually played my first game with Geelong, and I wanted to try and get across how very hard it was.
But there's another aspect to it, isn't there? Weren't you referring to the difficulties you had as a kid with your legs? Oh, yeah.
No, well, not everyone maybe know, but I did have irons on my legs for a couple of years, and it slowed me down a bit, but, you know, as I said, I just kept going, and that's what I wanted to try to emphasise the other night, how hard it was. I eventually got to Geelong with Hafey, and I got an opportunity there.
Yes, you'd have to be a very, very good player to be in the Hall of Fame, even to be invited. So congratulations for that. But the competitive aspect was always in you, Greg. I read that you punched someone to the ground as a boy when they said you weren't any good as a footballer.
Well, I remember when I first started playing senior footy with Golden Square, Sam, and I actually got tagged as a 16-year-old. And this bloke kept hanging on to me, and I remember speaking to my old man about it, and he said, well, you can't put up with that, Greg, he said. If you keep letting them do it, they'll keep doing it, so...
And it...
Well, the next time I played him, I broke my arm and his head. And preliminary final, actually, which it wasn't probably the way to go about it, but...
Wasn't your brother, though, wasn't he your protector in Bendigo?
My brother was, yes. My brother was a very tough man, and I remember I went to school, first went to Kangaroo Flat Tech in Form 1, and John was in Form 2, and he was the best fighter in the school, and I had a dream run through school.
Has there ever been anyone that's played your position or the game that has been as perceptive as you about reading the play, do you think?
I think my stats say that I got the ball as much as anyone else did. I think I got more players, teammates into the game than anyone else with handball, and I think that's a very dangerous weapon.
And winning the Brownlow, of course, would have been...
Twice?
There's an echo here. Winning the Brownlow would have reinforced the very fact that you overcame tremendous obstacles in spite of all that. You were a loyal person, but not necessarily to football clubs, to people. You followed Tom Hafey to Sydney. Did you follow him or the money?
Well, it was a bit of both, Sam.
So how much money was at stake at Geelong? What was the difference between staying and leaving?
No, well, they offered me 45 grand and I wanted 50. As simple as that, and unfortunately they didn't want to pay me. And even 50 was about 4th or 5th in line of other blokes. So, like I said, I wasn't asking for the world. And then I said, bugger, I'm going.
What about Elliot? You've got you spoke very fondly of him on Monday night. He gets himself into a bit of trouble, though, doesn't he?
Yeah, he can, and he has, and he will continue to.
Diesel, you must be bemused by the latest saga involving the players and the umpires. We've had Todd Curley and Adrian Fletcher both involved, both suspended for 2 weeks and 1 week, and a bloke close to your heart got 9 matches once for brushing the umpire. Did that scar you, that thing, or you just put it out of your mind, your incident?
You know, I didn't think they should have suspended me for that long. And as I say, I still say today that I didn't even know that I was touching him, and I still stand by that. But it happened. You know, as I said, the appeals tribunal come out of it. That's one good thing, and we'll all move on.
And does David Rhys-Jones spring to mind? Did you have a tete-a-tete with him?
Yeah, we did. Definitely had a long-going saga, we did.
You mates, you and Rhys?
I don't think Rhys likes me.
Could he hurt you, Rhys?
No, but he just tried to all the time. And even that night where I belled him, like I said, you look at the footage, he broke my shoulder about 3 minutes before that. I was fighting with Bradley on the ground, and actually he'd come from behind and kneed me in the back and broke my shoulder, and then 3 minutes later I belled him back. So as far as I'm concerned, that's 1 for 1, but he doesn't see it that way.
I think we're done, mate.
He's a star.
Yeah, you've done
but
very
we
well,
only speak
Diesel.
to stars.
Yeah, no, it's been a pleasure to have you with us, and good luck in your role at Carlton for the rest of the season, and with your racehorses.
Thanks, Mick. Sam, thank you.
Greg Williams joining Mike Sheahan and Sam Newman, and that was great. No false modesty, he just calls it as he sees it.
He did that at the Hall of Fame, and it was a great speech because, like Barry Cable before him, they speak honestly.